Fall sports are in full swing across the country at high schools and colleges, and if you have a young athlete, there are steps you can take to help ensure they're ready to go. Dr. Randy Goldstein is here to tell us more about preparing young athletes for game day. Now, you were telling me being ready, quote unquote ready, can help improve performance and prevent injury. What did you mean by being ready? We talked about that earlier.
Yeah, it's important to get a good night's sleep before the big game and hydrate starting the night before and then continue hydrating the day of the game.
We were just talking about that. Why should athletes drink a lot of water? Well,
dehydration is 100% preventable. So if you can stop that, you've prepared yourself for the game and make sure that you don't miss it.
How do you feel about not energy drinks, but
so sport drinks?
Sport drinks, yes.
Like electrolyte drinks. You know, if you're going to have a long day or it's particularly hot, I think electrolyte drinks are a good idea after you've already prepared with water. Energy drinks, though, you mentioned, are completely unsafe for kids and for athletes. It can further dehydrate you, and those are drinks with taurine and caffeine and sugar. You should avoid those.
You brought a special guest star, Maddie, today.
Yeah,
hello, Maddie.
We're
going to talk a little bit about stretching. Stretching is oh so important. So before practices, before games, yes?
So before, Maddie's a gymnast at KGDC, and her warm-up is a run, and probably stretching before is less important than stretching after. Once blood is in the muscles and you're already warmed up, that's probably the most important time to stretch. There's two reasons to stretch. One is to prepare for the activity and not to get injured, and that's your before stretch, which can take 1 or 2 minutes and maybe just be a warm-up run and a light stretch. And we'll show you something like that. And then the second reason is for flexibility. And some sports like taekwondo and gymnastics and dance really need flexibility to benefit their sport, and those are more intense stretches.
And Maddie's got a couple stretches that she's going to show us.
Why don't you do your first one, which is just the hamstring stretch.
Okay.
And this one is maybe before you exercise. It's just a light stretch, just making sure that their hamstrings are stretched so she doesn't pull a muscle. This might be after a 1 or 2 minute run.
Now, Maddie, how long do you stretch usually?
In the beginning, probably about 5 to 10 minutes.
5 to 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Is that par for the course?
Yeah.
Yes?
5 minutes is long. So for runners and for soccer players and people that are running most of the time, their warm-up should be a run just to get blood into those muscles.
Excellent. We hear a lot more about concussions today, so I want to know, how serious are they?
So concussions are a big deal. It's a huge part of the media and a part of the education, and the NFL has obviously gotten involved too, and it happens all the way down to youth sports, and it's not just football, it's any sport. And so we're making a big deal out of it, and we're trying to prepare people not only after they get their first injury, because we can't prevent all injuries. It's not having a second injury. That's the most important part, is not having their second injury.
And Maddie, I'm going to put you on the spot. I want to do another stretch with Maddie since we have some time.
Yeah.
So what else? Stand up and give us another one that you would typically do.
For our more intense athletes that require flexibility, not just prevention of injury, there are other stretches that we do, and she's going to show you a stretch that she does at the end of her workout.
Whoa,
and the reason she does it at the end of her workout is because there's already blood in her muscles, and she's already ready to get more flexible for the next workout.
Now, Maddie, you're just showing off now.
We were going to ask you to show us yours.
I will do that later during the commercial break. Now, I hear there's a lot. They say get back in the game. Coaches say get back in the game after an injury. What's your take on that?
So you know, rubbing dirt on it like we used to teach our kids and our athletes. You know, if you prevent an injury up front, it'll go away faster. You'll play at a higher level, and you'll certainly prevent injuries down the road when you're an adult. So it's probably better to take care of an injury right up front and get back to work at 100% rather than playing injured.
Excellent. Thanks, Doc. And Maddie, thanks
you.
for being so limber and flexible. Thank you. Appreciate it.